the view, as they
Let's have fun.
Hi, I'm Tom Homan, United States Border Czar, and I'd like to welcome you to our new airport initiative, Airport Security and Screening Homeland Operations Liaison and Enforcement Services, the ASSHOLES for short. President Trump has empowered my team to bring maximum protection to ports of entry across the nation to stop forced entry. No one understands forced entry better than President Trump. In this informational film, you'll learn how our enhanced procedures will make air travel for you and your legal companions smoother, safer, and more patriotic than ever before. From the moment you arrive at the airport, our personnel are here to assist you.
Sir, step away from the vehicle. Hands where I can see them. Don't move. Get down. Hands behind my back, now.
Travel should be comfortable and calming. Be sure to pack light, but not so light that you don't have 8 forms of ID, or curbside pickup will have new meaning. Our agents help maintain smooth and efficient passenger flow. Always there to help you find your way, and always asking the right questions.
Where were you born?
The questions that will help keep air travel safe.
Did you vote for Trump in 2016?
TSA agents, they check your bags and your bodies, but our agents, we check your documents.
Hands where I can see them.
And your souls. Our agents are fully trained in added security responsibilities.
I got this one.
Once you make it through security, unwind while you wait for your flight, but remember, security may not be through with you.
Will the following passengers please come over here? Valencia Gonzalez, Deepti Patel, and Janelle Brown. Let's go. If you don't come, we will find you.
I remember when I was little, the airport used to be a place filled with wonder. Got you. Now it's filled with migrants.
Let me go, pin Dad home!
But President Trump is changing all that.
Now, down, now. Hands where I can see them.
For the better.
Oh my God.
Our job here is simple. Get people in and out based on ethnicity, religion, political affiliation, and whether they look foreign. Everything is just baggage.
Where are you from?
We're from Kentucky.
This one is mine. Here's a helpful checklist to help you modify your behavior at the airport. Be white, speak English, don't talk back, always give in, accents cause accidents, and don't eyeball agents. So when you see ICE at airports across America today, remember us, ASSHOLES. That's who we are, doing the job that woke law enforcement won't do, terrorizing people in a place that's already stressful. How was I? Better than Christie?
Really hate that sad loser, Mr. Newberger.
Who, me?
Okay. All right.
Oh my God.
Oh my God is right.
Yeah, I did.
How long is this night? Yeah, but another part of you is like, actually, that's what's kind of going on right now.
Yeah, like for real, you know?
I got a feeling it's going to end pretty shortly.
Yeah, I really hope so.
I hope to God.
Hello, everybody. We got
everybody.
people moving in. Take a seat. This is our happy hour Tuesday. Get yourself a margarita. Man, do we have a busy show today. I mean, I don't even know how we're going to get through everything.
I don't know either, Whimsy, but we're going to do it.
Valtikmir. Also, everybody, finally, by popular demand, everybody wanted to meet the floor director, and today is your lucky day. Everybody give a warm welcome to the all-powerful Joel Tilson. He has been the official floor director going on, I think, at least 3 years now. How long have you been working the floor for us?
Yeah.
I think about 4, maybe 5 years, actually.
Oh, yeah. Wow. That's really, really great.
Yeah.
So how are you doing, Joel? You're in Wyoming, is that right?
Oh, it's been great here. Weather's just been really mild this winter.
Oh, I envy
Very
you.
mild. It got up to 75 today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
We're having
Well,
a heat wave.
Yeah,
in Los Angeles.
it's for last 2 weeks or so. We had a stretch where it was kind of cold for a while, and then it started heating up last week or so.
Oh, wow. Very,
We got
very
up to
nice.
80 for about 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Dang. Well, we're not getting that in Portland. It still was a little cold. I had my birthday. I spent
Yeah.
my birthday, March 22nd, walking the promenade, imagining that I was a character in Bridgerton. Yes, I've gotten totally addicted
Yes,
to that
your-
show. I
your
was
new
walking the
obsession.
promenade. Yes, my newest
Yeah.
obsession. And of course, we had the cherry blossoms were out.
Mhm.
And it was absolutely beautiful.
I'm
Then
glad.
I did what every 63-year-old woman does best. I went home and I ordered an oven roasted pizza, one of those ones that has the really good ovens.
Yeah.
And I
yeah.
sat and
Papa Murphy's.
yeah, and I had an iced tea and a pizza, and I got comfy and watched Bridgerton.
Oh,
And that was my
perfect
63rd birthday.
celebration.
I had a great time. It
I'm
was
so
nice.
glad.
I got
I
a
got-
good walk-in. I got a good walk-in.
I got to sing you happy birthday yesterday
You
on my show.
Yeah,
You were in the audience.
Happy
that was
birthday.
so sweet
Yes,
of
happy
you.
birthday.
Yeah,
We
thank
love
you.
you. We
Joel,
love you.
Joel, are you a Pisces? Is that right?
I'm a Taurus.
Oh wow! So your
Oh, you and I
birthday,
get along. I'm a
his birthday
Cancer.
is coming up. His birthday is coming up.
Mhm.
Actually, Jimmy Stewart and Cher, we all have the same birthday,
Really?
Which
May
is
20th,
right on the cusp.
right
Very
on the
nice.
cusp.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. All right. So, as many people know, Chuck and I have a Book of the Month
Well,
club.
yes, we
It is
do.
Chuck and Whimsy's Book of the Month club. And this we have selected. We get a lot of people coming.
Love.
Which we love. We love for people to send us your books. Send us your books. But we have been getting a ton of submissions. Of course, if you want to send a submission, you can as well. But this selection is the Kingsman Gold, an A.L. Stoneman investigation written by
Yeah.
C.E. Florise. And she is in our studios
Yes.
today.
I'm
And
looking forward to this.
I am very excited about this interview. You know what I
Yeah.
was saying about her is that when I read this book, she writes in a way where I don't know. This is
Well, it's part
it's
detective
real.
story
It's
and-
like it's real. It's really
Yeah.
happening.
It's part detective story and part treasure hunt. We've had fun with this. That's why I'm anxious to just talk to the author. I don't know if we dare mention that we misplaced the book a few times. Remember how it would just mysteriously
It
disappear?
would
and
mysteriously disappear.
reappear?
Yes.
Both of us that happened.
Well, she got me in the first couple of pages. I haven't been able to read as much as quickly as I would like, mainly because I'm hooked on Bridgerton. But what I have noticed when I go through this book is even the dialogue. This is a very rare type of writing where she also is extremely detailed. That was something that I was going over today, and I was
Very
reviewing.
cinematic.
Yeah, very cinematic, particularly when she creates the scenes that are happening, when the remote views are happening. It's as if he is seeing everything.
Yeah, it's very sensory.
Right. So the Tom or his communication, his remote viewing is through the eyes of a spirit who has passed, and he views it as if it's a film. And
that's the way I saw it. I told you those are my favorite novels to read.
Yeah,
I can immediately visualize it on a big wide screen.
Yeah. Page 151. We'll talk about this. The blind who see clearly. Like, this is just a quick example. I left the Garza Cafe filled with enchiladas, Pepsi, and optimism.
Love that.
A star map. I thought to myself, I've got to figure out how to use it to find the gold in the church. Like, I feel like I am that person.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm very.
That's an achievement when you can vicariously feel you're the star of the story.
You guys know where I am in the book, but yeah. Now, if you have read to the end, we kind of have a rule here because people have given away the answer, the end of the book in the past, and we have a request that you not give out the ending.
Very quick.
I have not finished the book. Chuck is about halfway through, I
I'm
think.
about a
So,
little more.
so we don't want to know the ending anyway. So, yeah. If you have written a book and you would like Chuck and myself to review it, please send it to care of Dr. Whimsy Anderson, 1819 Southwest 5th Avenue, Suite 116. 116 Portland, Oregon 97201. And who knows, maybe your book will appear in Taco Tuesdays. Also, we're going to announce the book after this. We have a new book that will be for the month of April. And so that's what I've got.
Yeah.
Chuck,
yes.
Any questions you have for Joel before we open it up to the floor?
I was about to ask you how many submissions a month you get from people, but for Joel, I'm just happy to have you here. You know, I've never met you face to face. You know, we've known each other all this time, but now I see you as a real flesh and blood human being. And just
nice to meet you, Chuck.
Well, nice to meet you, but it's also a chance to just say thank you, Joel, for all of the hard work you do for us, the wonderful questions you give us, the topics.
Not hard at all.
I both appreciate you very much. I'm glad I can say that to you directly.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you both.
Yeah, this is one of those interviews I wanted to do because, Joel, I find you are very, very educated, and I'm kind of stunned by just how much you know. The amount of education you have to even ask the questions you ask, which is why we asked if you would come on board and become our floor director. But may I ask, how do you know so much about history and what's going on globally? Because I don't think I know anyone who is as aware as you are. Do you just spend the whole day studying this stuff?
No, actually, it just it's from a love of history. You know, getting it from my family and then my ancestors and all that. My dad was really into it, and my dad only had a third grade education, but he every day he would do crossword puzzles. And by the time he passed in 2000, he was 82.
Mm-hmm.
He was very wise. He was very wise, and he always wanted us to get as much education as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, the thing that I loved as a kid was watching all these biographies on TV.
Me too.
Remember, what's his name? Not Chris Wallace.
Peter Graves, A&E. Oh, Lowell Thomas.
Not Lowell Thomas was one. And then you had, the guy that was on CBS for a long time. He had a show called Biography in the 50s.
Oh, I'm trying to think because I know that the A&E had a biography.
It was Wallace.
Peter
His
Graves.
last name was Wallace. Chris
Mike
Wallace is
Mike Wallace.
Mike Wallace.
Right.
That's
Chris
it.
Wallace is his son, I think.
Yes, Chris is his son. Yeah.
Well, I would watch the biography programs, and that's how I got started with history. I watched it on a regular basis.
Oh, it's
And
my
when
favorite
the World
genre.
of War came out in the 70s, I watched that over and over again.
Yeah.
And it just soaked right in. And and then my sister was telling me about a second cousin we had that was from where my dad was from. His name was John Q. Tilson, and I never did find out about him until I Googled it when Google first started out. And I found out he was the majority leader of the House of Representatives
Oh,
in
wow.
the 20s and 30s.
Gee.
Yeah, that's my dad right there.
That's your dad. That's why I said Lowell Thomas.
Enrique Suave.
Such a resemblance there.
1942. He was
Looked like a movie star himself.
Yeah, I was
He
going to say
does.
that. Yeah, he does. He looks very sexy to me. Now, going back to this picture, can you tell us who this picture is? Who is all here?
well, my dad is on the left, and
Okay.
then mom is standing on the left side, and then my sister Carolyn,
Mm-hmm.
and then Martha standing, and then Lydia, and then Tally is in the middle, And then I'm right on the bottom part on the right hand
Oh,
side.
there you are. Are you holding Daddy's? Are you the
I'm
one
holding-
holding Dad's hand?
That's right.
Oh,
And then
my.
my brother Frank, and then my sister, we called her Sissy. Her name was Diana.
Oh, wow.
And then Estel. Estel and Diana were the math, what do you call it? The math, what do you call it? Experts. And God, they were so smart at math. I mean, they do algebra in their head. I mean, all day long.
There were 8 of you, is that correct? Or did more
No, there
come
was
out?
9. 9 showed up in 57. He was the oops baby.
Oh, wow. Now, did your parents plan that? Did they want to have a large family?
Dad wanted 12 kids.
Oh, wow.
Really?
They talked about
What
it.
did your mother want?
They both wanted it.
They both
12
wanted
kids.
that. Yeah.
And Dad
12
was
kids.
the type that would sit down at the couch in his chair, and kids would be running around all day long, making havoc and raising Cain and stuff. And he'd be sitting there reading his newspaper, doing his crossword puzzle.
You know, your oldest sister is very pretty.
Yeah.
That's Carolyn. She's 86.
I'm thinking
Oh,
of that
thank
movie Cheaper by the Dozen. Were your
Mm,
parents inspired
yeah.
by that?
That's what he did. That's what Dad said.
Really?
Cheaper by
Really?
the dozen.
Hmm.
And was he a good father or was he strict?
He was the best.
Oh, wow.
He was a good father.
So, and how did he earn a living? Like, how was he able to raise all these kids?
Well, he was, him and his brothers would travel, and he was the oldest one. He lost his mother when he was only about 9 years old.
Oh, wow.
And so he was the oldest out of 6 kids. So he had the responsibility of watching out for his siblings. Plus, when he got old enough, he went away from the farm in Tennessee and got on what's that called? CC, Conservation Corps.
Right.
And
Oh, yeah. Right.
They were teaching classes how to be a mechanic, a diesel and gasoline mechanic.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Plus, he was a welder. He was a top-notch welder.
So that was after the Depression when those opportunities opened up?
That was during the Depression.
Yeah, when they opened up all those new jobs.
All those government jobs, Roosevelt created.
And he was in a camp in Missouri, around Rockport, Missouri.
Yeah.
And that's where he met my mom.
Wow. Because those camps were all over the country, weren't they?
You're right. And
that was Roosevelt's rebuild. Yeah.
That was rebuilding. They did everything. Dad said that
the Army Corps of Engineers.
Yeah.
They built
bridges. All of the different letters for all the different organizations.
Right. They would build roads. They would build
bridges,
infrastructure, buildings, all kinds of infrastructure.
Yeah.
If we did that today, we would save America.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
They even built whole towns, from what I understand.
Right.
I think there was a town in West Virginia called Eleanor, named, of course, after Eleanor Roosevelt.
Well, also, I mean, you just think about what the Army Corps of Engineers did. It drained swamps. It did amazing things for the country. I mean, we can be so proud of those how those policies really helped save this country.
We benefited from many decades.
FDR electrified the South, basically.
He's my favorite
Tennessee
president.
didn't have any electricity before
wow.
Roosevelt.
Yeah.
None. They had no electricity. And when he came in, he built that bridge or the dam that electrified, what do you call it? What was that? I can't think of the name of the dam, but that whole area was flooded. They evacuated the whole areas so they could build these dams. Mm-hmm. And because of that, all these houses were able to get electricity, and it modernized the South. And it was just amazing. We're talking about eastern Tennessee mostly, but
right
mid Tennessee on
Tennessee Valley Authority, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And the dignity of work and the dignity of good paying jobs, and giving people the job training, the engineers that came out of it, so that they could go on and have a wife and kids in a house and afford to have 9 children.
Yeah. Well, if I may say this quickly, it was Eleanor Roosevelt who pleaded with Franklin to do just that, give people their dignity back.
Right.
Yeah.
We need another president like Eleanor Roosevelt.
Do. Yes, we do.
Eleanor was the brains.
Yeah. That woman should have been awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, in my opinion.
I think she got it, didn't she?
No, she didn't. She didn't. But she should have.
That's a shame.
I think we just need to go right into this, and
I could keep talking to you, Joel.
Well, no, Joel, this is very much in keeping with the conversation we're having with Joel, which is that the Treasury has just declared that the U.S. is insolvent, and the media missed it. This is an article that has just come out in Fortune. The U.S. government is insolvent.
It's a clown show.
Okay. How do you guys feel about this? Joel, what do you think is going on? And then we'll ask Chuck.
Nobody knows what they're doing.
Well, that's
the whole nuts and bolts of it right now. You got a government of fools.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, the cabinet, except for Rubio, I think nobody in the right mind would be having anybody in that cabinet.
Mm-hmm. So Rubio is considered the intellectual in the group, right? So a lot of people are surprised he's survived this long.
It seems like hardly anyone is qualified to be in that.
And they're afraid. And the thing is, they're afraid to tell him what to do. Nobody can tell Trump what to do.
Yeah.
You have to phrase it in a way where
no adversary.
Yeah, he doesn't want anybody to tell him what to do.
That's disastrous.
Because he thinks right now that he's got all the answers in his head.
How do you think this is going to end, Joel?
I think they're going to end up taking him out. I really think somebody is going to take him out. Either not physically. I don't want anything to happen to him, but I think that either Article 25 or some kind of medical condition where he's unable to go on.
Do you think they could blackmail him with the Epstein stuff?
That's a possibility.
I think they'll use whatever resource is necessary, and that certainly would be an easy target to use against him. I agree with you, Joel. He has to go.
He has to go.
Yeah. And Whimsy and I have been getting in our readings. It's looking like that is going to happen. It's almost inevitable. But, I was just stunned. Whimsy, you sent me this article just very shortly before the show. But when I saw $606 trillion in total assets that America has against $47.78 trillion in total liabilities.
Oh, my God.
That is terrifying. This could be far worse than the Great Depression of the 1930s. It could be like tenfold.
And nobody's paying taxes right now. Nobody. Taxes is not the only people that are paying taxes right now are the little people.
Mm-hmm. That's the cliche saying of rich people. Only the little people pay taxes.
That's right.
Yeah. But this is terrifying, and this is not even taking into account Social Security and Medicare. And I already saw something a few weeks ago that Social Security may run out by the year 2033. It looks like it could be even faster than that.
So, Joel, do you think that this is better than our enemies could have hoped for, the death of America, because we have literally become bankrupted?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that, Joel?
He has no moral standing. Mm-hmm. He has no clear thinking. He's not clear-headed at all. His mind is so befuddled by all of this. Mm-hmm. And it just seems like everybody's walking on eggshells around him.
Yes.
You notice that?
Is the only people that are adults in the room appear to be the Democrats, but even the Democrats are getting bought and sold by Iranian and Qatari money. I mean, we saw that with the election of Mamdani. Now he's under criminal investigation because the Muslim lobby out of Qatar, the money got traced back to Qatar and Iran. These are not democracies. Why are countries that are not democracies and are not pro-Western influencing our politics? What the hell is that about?
Well, I tell you the truth, I think what's going to end up happening is we're going to have congressional hearings right after he's gone, and we're going to correct this. All of this is going to be corrected eventually. I mean, you're going to have Senate and Congress working together, and they're going to have combined hearings where they're going to get at the root of the problem. And the problem is the citizens are united right now. Is the problem. There's too much money going in politics, way too much, and too much corruption. And the needs of the people are not being met, period. And they're not collecting their, it's just like Amazon. They didn't pay any taxes last year.
I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that either. Doesn't shock
because
me,
of the tax deductions they give.
Right. That's how they can build rocket ships and crazy toys like that for themselves.
We got Jeff Bezos going off to space.
Yeah.
What the
Wish he would stay there.
What the hell is that?
No.
It's a little boy with a rocket.
Yeah.
You know, just like Elon Musk, stoned out of his mind on drugs, killing 250,000 kids in Africa.
Yeah. It's like I said.
And not even giving a crap. He probably doesn't even realize he did it. He woke up from his stoned dream and said, wow, 250,000 kids are dead in Africa for a 12-cent serving of peanut butter. 12 cents.
That is correct what you said, Raymond. I was just looking at your comment. It's we the people, not we the corporations.
Yeah. So if you take your clicker, you can just click like that, and then it will appear. You can just click on the question, Joel, if you feel like you want to draw anything to the. We're going to have Joel on camera today, and he's going to be directing us. And I'm just really glad you could be here, Joel.
Yes. Thank you.
Wonderful.
I appreciate it.
You're multitasking today, Joel.
So, people were very curious. I have one more question. There were a lot of questions for Joel. And if you guys have questions, I know a lot of you have asked to meet Joel. A lot of you have been curious about our mystery man behind the cameras. Today is your chance to meet Joel. Hopefully Joel will come back again and we can do this more often, because this is a rare treat for me. But so you're optimistic. That's the main. Joel, you're optimistic. Is that what I'm saying?
Always optimistic, because no matter how dark it gets in our country or in the world, there's always optimism.
Yeah. I think we learn that as we get older.
Yeah.
And I think our grandkids are going to be the people that rescue us from this madness.
Meaning it's going to take at least 2 generations to fix this?
I think not with this current generation, but the next generation, the grandkids.
That's what I meant by grandchildren. Like,
I say the kids that are in their teens right now are going to save us.
Oh, it was Pete Buttigieg who said it's going to be at least 2 generations.
Oh, at least.
How did we get here, Joel? How did we get here? When did the problem start? Which president is mostly responsible? Like this
Clinton.
So we know Carter was a good president and left us solvent, right? We were in good shape with Carter, right? And we had government programs. We had.
The problem with Clinton was he was a good man. I personally like Clinton a lot, but the problem with Clinton was he would say, well, if you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
You don't think Reagan also cost us a fortune when Reagan gave deals?
I think so too. He was the beginning of it.
The trickle down economics.
Yeah, and the problem is that you got these billionaires that want to just keep on just getting this welfare from us. Yeah, and there's no need for it. like Jesse Ventura said, Governor Jesse Ventura of Minnesota.
Yes.
Remember what he said? He said, if I have my way, if I was president, he said, there would be no billionaires, period.
I left the United States in 1981, 82. I think it was 82, winter of 82. And we were in the middle of a recession and Reagan was the president. But I didn't see huge amounts of homelessness or drug problems. I flew back to the United States in 1992. I'd been gone for 12 years.
Well,
I saw automatic like people were firing we saw people holding up banks with some serious guns, and there was cocaine and crack everywhere and scary people on the streets. And I remember thinking, what the hell has happened to the United States? So I saw us go from the 2 years into Reagan when I left, where we were in a recession, but we were like barely holding on, but we were holding on. And then the worst thing was people were growing weed in their basements, right? And then I came back to this explosion of crack on every street. I can't help but think that the government was in on it.
Well, and then I remember I was up in Tacoma. I was living in Tacoma, Washington with my wife.
At the same time, yeah.
And I remember when they made grass legal, marijuana legal, they had a seminar up in Seattle at this huge event center. That place, it holds about 10,000 people, right? This event center. It was packed full of people around the world. I mean, there was no seats in that place at all. It was completely packed. And they wanted to listen about this guy that wrote the rules for how they deregulated the grass industry up in Washington State. There was people from around the world that were listening. Next thing you know, you had all of these states following the same rules as Washington State. This guy was convicted twice, federally convicted twice, but he was a doctor.
Yeah.
I don't know if he was a medical doctor or what, but he set up the laws in Washington State. And then next thing you know, they stopped busting people for grass and all that. And everybody thought that the world was going to end back then, but it didn't. Everybody got along fine.
But do we want a country? I mean, like I went through a terrible weed problem after my divorce. A doctor prescribed marijuana, and it was like the last thing in the world I thought was going to happen to me. I was in LA and I was going through a divorce. It was a Russian woman. I'm like, I'm really depressed. I'm suffering from grief. She said, take edibles. I'm like, what?
That's LA.
I'm like, what? And she's like, okay, I write prescription. Take some edibles, smoke a little weed, meditate, cry your eye out. What I'm like, okay. I was like, I'll give it a try. Like, it was the weirdest experience of my life. I didn't come for this. But it was just like, they were just, I don't do anything other than coffee now, but it changed it helped for a while, but I think the problem with these pharmaceuticals is that, or even over the counters, is that they become habitual, and then we have a whole country that's on drugs.
And they mask over maybe unresolved issues.
You know, it can help you resolve. I was able to do a lot of shadow work and deep meditation, but then you keep increasing it, and then at that point you've got a problem and not a solution, and that's why I'm leery. Of all of this stuff. Good old fashioned meditation. Talk it off. Walk it off. Unless you really need marijuana. I mean, there are like 300 something conditions that benefit from marijuana. But I can see our floor directors are working. All right, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to bring the empath prayer. Joel is going to be on camera today if you have any questions for him. And feel free to interrupt at any time, Joel, if we're missing anything. And let's go in. We're going to bring in the empath prayer. I think we'll go ahead and do that now.
Let's do it.
I think people want us to blitz away.
We shall.
And we've got our cue cards up. If you or anyone you know would like to receive a healing at this time, we have 273 beautiful people here. Be sure, and we also have a ton of people over at Facebook. So be sure and give us your name or the name of the person you want us to pray for, and we will include them in our prayers as we bring in the empath prayer. We believe in the power of prayer. We also want to give gratitude to Rose Blue. I ride 22 hours in a bus to Florida to see my folks, then deal with ICE at Dallas Airport. Oh my God, Rose Blue.
Oh my God, that's so sad. You know, I saw in the news that the ICE workers are being paid and the TSA are not. They haven't had a paycheck in how many weeks now?
I don't know. I mean, Joel would be the answer, and he's doing it.
It's been I think it's been about over a month now.
Well, I got it here.
Weeks.
I got it here in my notes. It's 39 days and counting.
It's been over a month. Yep.
Yeah, but the ICE workers, they get paid.
Chuck, are we? Chuck and I, as you guys know, will be in Europe.
Yes.
In late April, we're doing the show from Europe.
Yeah.
What do you think, Chuck? Are we going to cancel?
I hope not. I hope not. But I will admit the human part of me got a little scared today when I was watching the news, and it looked so dire. In fact, you even asked me to, when we were reading on this last week, and I got a card. The question was,
sorry,
is this going to...
Cat in my throat.
Are you okay with
cat hair?
Yeah. But anyway, the question, I'm paraphrasing it, but it was basically, is this going to end soon? And I don't remember what card I pulled up, but I got a card saying no, but it might be within a few weeks. So it could be by the time we're ready to go, but who's to say right now? Maybe we should even look at that ourselves.
They had a deal 2 days ago. But
yes, I saw that.
Trump next.
I know. I saw that there was a Republican congressperson on Fox News who said we had a deal set to pay the TSA workers.
Senator John Kennedy was complaining about it.
Yeah, and said it was Trump who stopped it.
Yeah.
Said that on Fox News of all places. Good God.
We need a competent I think that my feeling is that he was used to take out Iran, that he was crazy. They needed somebody crazy enough to do it.
Yes.
That we were looking at a lot of money. I mean, it's kind of like when I was building Oasis, when I was contributing my part. I mean, hundreds of people contributed to try to create peace zones, but I was doing my part. Yeah. And I thought, I'll just do it for free, and it'll be a gift to the Abraham Accords, peace, love, rock and roll. And I was really, really naive. And then as I began to develop my thesis, this is my second dissertation, I came to realize that I was building a $350 billion trade route. Mm-hmm. And then I thought, well, damn it, you people ought to be paying me for that. Yes. Yeah, got to pay me for that. But so this is the Global Oasis Alliance, and it's associated with the Abraham Accords. And you can see the kind of money that we're dealing here with, 250 to 350 billion in trade. You can see some of the people that are probably going to be involved, as well as money from the United Nations. But you've got all kinds of people that have signed off for this in the private sector. Everybody from Jeff Bezos, speaking of Jeff Bezos, to Richard Branson. Bill and Melinda Gates have put money in, as has Mackenzie Scott, is willing to put an end to terrorism and war in the Middle East. And I think that's really, really noble. You can, if you'd like to find out about the Abraham Accords, the money that's going in to build the new trade route, check out GOA, the Global Oasis Alliance. And I think I was able to convince a lot of people that we need to do this, because all of the people being mentioned have received copies of my research. And those were, in fact, all of the people that came out afterwards and began endorsing Trump. And so I think that there was a backdoor deal to take out Iran. And that included, of course, Elon Musk and everybody else.
You can't do nothing with Iran. You can't do nothing with them. With this regime right now, you just can't deal with them. period.
Yeah. So Elon was a mentor to me before he became a conservative. He was somebody that always inspired me. But one of the things he would say to his underlings was he would say, keep it short and simple. Because when you go before the king, you've got 30 seconds to snatch the attention to the king. It's never noise with him. It's always signal, you know. And so when you send something to, whether it's to MAPA, to the IDF, or you send it to Elon, it's got to be short, sweet, to the point. Boom, 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 got it, go. And then you debate it. You can always take those points and then rip it apart. So
well, another idea that I had that I was thinking of was making that Oasis area a free trade zone. Period.
Yeah, it is a free trade zone.
Yeah.
It's a trade route, and it is closed. You cannot enter it unless you get through security and you take the allegiance to the Abraham Accords, which is nonviolence. And once you enter the zone, it is a secular, tolerant agreement between these nations that exist in the nation's border. So it goes from India. There's a corridor that I found this out by talking to Grok, because I had no idea, but there's a main corridor they need that goes from India to Iran, and that is one of the corridors that Iran has been blocking. So they simply couldn't do this.
Well,
so yeah, go ahead, please, Joel.
I was just going to say that an idea that I had was, why can't we set up a world trade zone?
That is the World Trade Zone.
No, I mean every continent of the world.
Well, it will.
Have a common market where, kind of like what the EU has right now.
Yeah, that's what will eventually happen. So this closed trade route will be India. It'll go through the new Iran, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain.
Everybody gets rich.
Everybody gets rich, and if you live in the oasis, you will be born in peace, and you will never know war, and your children will grow up with the best education. So the first of that oasis began as the border of Gaza, basically, and that was why the border of Gaza became so significant, because it was the border of Gaza that we started to see some of those first closed trade route. And that's also where Elon is building the loop. And so, there's a subway that I developed, which was called the Max Line, that takes you from each stop. And there are people living there in this zone, which is no man's land between Gaza and Israel. And that is how you open the trade. And now Zelensky's adopted an Oasis framework for the Donetsk, which means that we will then be able to do what you said, a global trade route. Everybody that's willing to abide and be peaceful and tolerant and secular and enter these zones will be able to apply to merge with this greater trade route. So they brought in Trump. This is my theory. They brought in Trump because he was crazy enough to bomb and take out Iran. And as I understand what Elon has said, because I was very angry at Elon when he endorsed Trump. So I'll just come out and say what the open fight was about. I had said I had endorsed Biden. He had endorsed Trump. And I had said that I want Biden to build the Oasis. And the response from Elon has been, yeah, in another 20 years. In another 20 years, Whimsy, you're going to get what you want with Biden and with Harris. Why? Why will it take another 20 years? This is the weapons. The weapons were coming from California. Keep it going as long as possible. So they were shipping weapons in, trying to make everybody happy, taking money from Iran for Mamdani's campaign, which is now proven. They openly admitted that the Muslim Arab lobby was paying for his campaign.
I didn't realize that.
Of course we were attracted. We're democratic. We believe in social welfare programs. We believe in this stuff. Democratic socialism built the state of Israel, but it's a trap. It's a trap to suck you in, just like it led to the fall of Iran, sucking in liberals because they thought they were going to get free health care. And the next thing you know, they've got the Taliban. And when you find out that these not so democratic countries are funding these campaigns, that's the point when we lose the left. And I fear for the left because the left doesn't see it. It scares the hell out of me as a lefty that we are getting taken over by foreign governments that don't give a fuck about women, and they don't give a fuck about healthcare. Like they've got good healthcare in Iran. Give me a break. I don't know. You have a feeling about that, Joel?
It's gonna have to work itself out by getting rid of all these what do you call it, these ancient people in Congress. Because right now we have a bunch of old retired congressmen that don't want to leave. We're talking about 70s, 80s, and 90s.
Do you think is that why Elon and Jeff Bezos? I'm going to show you the list. I'll show you the list of people.
It's unbelievable.
Here's the people that received the blueprint before they endorsed Trump. Here's the people that said, we'll sign up for this. Sir Richard Branson, Bill and Melinda Gates, Mackenzie Scott, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, of course, right? There were several others as well. I think there were a lot of celebrities that came in and said they wanted to be a global trade route is estimated to be 250 to 350 billion in trade, according to UNESCO, according to the research that came in. So what do you do if you want to be a part of this? If you want to be a part of this, if you want to, other people that showed interest in funding the new trade route, Beyonce, Leonardo DiCaprio, Bono, collectively have said they could contribute anywhere from 100 to 500 million collectively. We are the world, we are Oasis, new campaign.
Wow.
Crowdfunding 3.5 billion via platforms. We are Bedouin. The movement will add 500 million to 100 billion for the peaceful people of the world with strategic and philanthropic partnerships. Bill and Melinda Gates, we talked about, Mackenzie Scott, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, of course.
Who's going to manage it?
The Abraham Accords. Yeah. So it goes back to the Abraham Accords. If you look at what the ethics are of the Abraham Accords and the declaration of the Abraham Accords, it is to expand this trade route. Now, who is the obstacle to the trade route? Who's the biggest?
Putin.
This is why you're our, okay. So here are the people that are handling the trade route. We, the undersigned, recognize the importance of maintaining and strengthening peace in the Middle East and around the world based on mutual understanding and coexistence, as well as respect for human dignity and freedom, including religious freedom. We encourage efforts to promote interfaith and intercultural dialogue to advance a culture of peace among the three Abrahamic religions and all humanity. We believe that the best way to address challenges is through cooperation and dialogue, and that developing friendly relationships among states advances the interest of lasting peace in the Middle East and around the world. We seek tolerance and respect for every person in order to make this world a place where all can enjoy a life of dignity and hope, no matter their race, faith, or ethnicity. We support science, art, medicine, and commerce to inspire humankind. Elon put that in there. That's so Elon. We support science, arts, medicine, commerce to inspire humankind, Team Human, maximize human potential, and bring nations closer together. We seek to end radicalization and conflict to provide all children a better future. We pursue a vision of peace, security, and prosperity in the Middle East and around the world. In this spirit, we warmly welcome and encouraged by progress already made in established diplomatic relations between Israel and its neighboring regions under the principles of the Abraham Accords. We encouraged by ongoing efforts to consolidate and expand such friendly relations based on shared interest and shared commitment to a better future. And I have to say, of all the things I've done in my life to help be one of the people to contribute to the blueprint, I'm very proud of my dissertation and that I could help
Should
be a
be.
part of that.
You should be very proud.
Thank you. Thank you. Any feelings about it, Joel?
We're getting a lot of requests for the impasse prayer.
Okay, so we're going to go.
Yeah. Don't have too much time left. But
We just have a lot of questions for Joel. We don't usually.
Whimsy, you said this was going to be a big show today.
Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and bring in the impasse prayer.
Is everybody encouraged?
Right. I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together collectively as a community, we say Amen.
Amen.
And for those of you today who are requesting healings for yourselves and those you love, we come together at this time and we pray. We pray that you and those you love receive a perfect healing in mind, body, and in spirit. And together again, collectively, we say Amen, Amen, Amen.
Amen.
May all souls be healed.
May all souls be healed.
Okay, I got to get back to my question with Joel. Do you think I'm right that is why all these powerful
Absolutely
people
right.
voted for Trump and said, we're the only reason we're letting you in here is because you're the crazy nut job that's going to take out Iran and
Not the first time.
He's the instrument.
But I had an open debate with Elon Musk. He went before Congress and contradicted me. He argues with, no, we can't take Putin. Something worse will come along. Now, evidently, they're starting to realize I was right.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Right all along.
Thank you, babe. I appreciate that. Now, I'm feeling good about myself right now.
Yeah.
Joel, my next question for you is, are they going to take out Putin?
Yes. Somebody will. I think it's going to be probably somebody from what do you call it, Mossad, or some special forces outfit.
Yeah.
Inside Russia, or it could be Ukrainian. I don't know. It might be a combination of all three.
Well, Joel, if I may ask, do you think that he will be allowed to just be taken to exile?
No.
Or you actually see him being removed? Like,
I think he's going to be removed.
Yeah. Okay. That's interesting. That's interesting how energy changes, because for the longest time Whimsy and we've been seeing him being exiled to Siberia, like in a comfy
I don't
house
see
or
it.
something.
They won't give him to us. I've tried. I've done remote views. I've looked at their history. It's like, no, God, we do not going to hand over Yeltsin to the West or Brezhnev or anybody else to the West. That's our person.
He is so demented right now that the drugs have really messed his brain up.
That's apparent. I've always felt like it could be an inside job within his circle. Do you see
somebody inside the circle is going to get him?
That's what it feels like to me too.
Do you think Putin is a heroin drug addict? Because I do.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Damn.
I think so.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
I think he is.
Oh, yeah.
So what the hell is that? We got nut jobs on drugs running the fucking planet. Pardon my French.
He's getting the best drugs.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Well, Whimsy, you and I talked about that, how he has probably the best sources in the world.
Oh my God.
Pure.
Okay, we're running a little late. We're not going to be able to get to Chris until about 6:20 because we haven't even done a single blitz yet. So I'm sorry, Chris. We love you, but it's just it's because of Joel. I just got a trillion questions for him. So let's bring this in, and we'll use the cards as well. Joel writes, Russia is getting more and more impatient with Putin's never-ending war. We can throw some cards. And Joel, please go ahead. Tell us about this.
People, the regular citizens are upset that they don't have internet. They're upset that they don't have mobile cell service in the major cities right now because Putin is so scared about a missile taking him out. That's how bad it is. Plus, They don't have Skylink in Russia right now. They've been blacked out.
So that
For
was
how long? I'm sorry.
Weeks.
Weeks. Okay.
Starlink.
Weeks.
Starlink.
Starlink.
Excuse me. So Elon is doing what he said, which was, I'm going to remove him with tweezers.
That's right.
You know, when you think about what Elon is saying, he has a valid point, which is that you don't understand. This motherfucker is in everything. He's in their treasury. He's in their church. He's up their ass. He's in the KGB. You want to remove this guy. It's like a minefield. It's like underwater. Everything you move is going to detonate. You got to remove this guy with tweezers if you want to take him out.
Ukraine, before the communist regime fell in '89, before they fell, Ukraine was the center point of where all the weapons were built, all the high-tech stuff was built. A lot of people don't know that. Ukraine has got some of the best scientists in the world right there in Kiev.
The thing I get with Putin is he's insane. He's got the moon in his seventh house. That's insanity, lunacy. This guy, I'm telling you, is by the way, he's stressed out of his gourd. Drugged out of his mind and he doesn't know this guy doesn't know what to do. Why doesn't he just take Oasis, the deal? He's going to look a hero if he takes Oasis.
He thinks it's a weakness.
But it'll be his only win. Then he can say, I wanted that all the time. I bended them and now.
He wants Ukraine so bad right now. He doesn't want a piece of it. He wants it all.
Yeah.
You getting anything, Chuck?
Well, yeah, I am. Well, I got a whole bunch of cards here that just say the way the people are feeling right now. Discontent, deprivation, despair, restriction. I got the exhaustion card, lots of competition. But what I found interesting with Putin, and also what you said, Joel, I got physical body for Putin. And there are two options. And I'm reluctant to say this card because we're not supposed to predict things like this, but I got either solitude or death, one or the other. That's what I got, and the physical body. So I think what that's saying is he either has the option of being put away somewhere or something much more serious.
I'm curious, Joel, how did you figure out he was a drug addict? Like, I could tell just from those early pictures, that he looked strung out. When you look at pictures of Putin in East Berlin, and I had no opinion either way. I don't know this guy. I didn't really have an opinion, but it was just something that happened
It's just the way he acts. And the way he acts and the way he walks around like he's the king of the world. His whole
sounds
demeanor,
like somebody else.
Yeah. Like it's all a lie.
Oh dear.
Look at him there.
He looks like a heroin addict.
That's what I'm saying.
He really does. Yeah.
Unwashed, red in the eye, and he also
very pale, thin. I've seen this before.
Can you talk a little bit about that, Chuck? Can you
Well,
talk a little bit about
that? Living here in LA, I've had friends over the years who have been drug addicts, and I have seen this before, heroin addicts. I've seen that pallor. I've seen, very thin, emaciated.
It's horrifying.
That blank look in the eyes. I just immediately saw that, and I saw that picture.
The guy looks like he has no soul.
Exactly. Thank you, Joel. That's a good way of saying it. Yeah, you said it right there. Oh, God.
This is a heroin addict, looks like.
Yes. Yeah. The eyes, very dark, very disturbed.
Well, look at the pinpoint. The other thing I began to notice is that I don't even know what to say. When I look at this guy, look at how pinpoint his pupils are.
Yes.
This guy is shooting up. He's shooting.
Absolutely.
So this is Dresden. Now, my question is, they made a lot of money on the black market because they were taking a piece of what was coming out of Kabul. The Russians made a lot of money off the heroin trade when they went into
Afghanistan.
Yeah. Do you know anything about that? Because that appears to be how. And then he was trying a little for himself. That appears to be what happened. But God, he just looks out of his mind. He looks like a freaking heroin dealer.
It looks exactly like it. I wonder many years this has been going on.
Since he was in East Berlin.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
since
that
he
has
was
to be either early 80s and
terrifying.
beyond.
Orban is losing badly in the re-election efforts. He's blaming Ukraine for this. He's blaming Zelensky. Do you have any feelings about that, either of you?
I think Orban, with his policies and all that, is really pissing off the locals in Hungary. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of support there now.
Yeah.
I mean, he's cut off a lot of their freedoms that they had over there.
Let's check and see a couple cards on the future of Orban if he loses this election. I think he's going to lose the election. What do you think?
Well,
I think he's going to lose badly. The new guy that's taken over is very popular, by the way. He's younger.
I would worry for Orban's health. If this is a guy who's vulnerable to, the fire horse. Oshun's energy is, there's something I read about the Ifa. She could pound this earth for the next 3 years. She's at war for the next 3 years. That scares the fuck out of me. You have that energy coming in, that strong female energy, which is the Queen of Wands energy, because what do we say about the Queen of Wands? I will have my justice.
Yeah.
She seeks justice, absolute. Her energy is over the world now for what? The next 2.5 years. She battles for the next 2-3 years. Then you also have the fire horse until February 17th of 2027. Are we even going to survive this? But I got him in the grave here, and I don't like to predict death, but that is bad news for Orban. I wonder about his health. How old is Orban?
He doesn't look good at all.
Chuck, what do you got?
Well, I got judgment, competition, tug of war, but this card jumped out. Look at that, loss. And it's all about this overall balancing out, which I think is what you're speaking of with Oshun, the fire horse, everything going on. It's all about a balance on the planet right now.
Erdogan in Turkey, I think, is in bad trouble too.
Yeah, I hope so. Who's going after Erdogan? Because I know Mossad is losing patience with him.
Oh, Mossad is pissed off at Putin and Erdogan big time.
Well, I think Mossad is. People are upset about that, but I'm sorry. I gave my data first to the IDF war cabinet. They were the first to see everything. First eyes. Everything was approved by them before they gave it to Elon, right? So I got it to Prime Minister Netanyahu on November 21st. I got a copy to Jonathan Congress on the 21st, and also to Benny Gantz. And then the next time that they had gone into the war cabinet, which was a couple of days later, it was sitting on their desk, and they were debating the Oasis One. So what happened was that Elon arrived. He arrived on the 27th, and he said, and he assumed that they had something, like, okay, well, you got into this mess, and you're going to get us. You're going to get us out of this, right? I mean, you went into Gaza, but y'all know what you're doing, right? So clearly you have a rebuild, right? So that was kind of the feeling was, okay, you got a rebuild, no problem. So I got the rebuild to them on the 21st, and it was funny because Netanyahu started laughing because he was like, he's like, you got anything? And they were like, we were just talking about it here. I had gotten it down, and again, I had gotten it down the way that Elon wants, where it was just 1.5 pages. The king does not have time. Fast and furious. What? It's got to be, the king's going to read this. He's got to be able to look done. And this is the original map that they started with. So, and then the framework, and of course, you guys have all seen this. This is what we did with it. This is the last version we had, and now I guess it's official that Elon's paying for 6, 5, 4, and 3, which is the family village. I think he's also investing in the water, which is 2. Their Aqua 4 is the second zone.
Hey,
how much?
Whimsy, I was going to ask you what's happening with Hamas. I haven't heard peep about them for weeks.
Right. So if you look at what we did, if you look at what the original structure was, you have to follow the 5 phases, and I did check everything. All of my data was run through Grok, and so phase 2 is you have to lure them to a host country. You have to pay them to leave. Otherwise, you're just going to create new terrorists. They're just going to get killed.
The question is how much?
Yeah. So remember when Trump was sitting in his desk and they were like, it's going to be hard for them to leave. You're not going to be able to get them to leave. Oh, I think I can. How many is it? How many is it? And they said 320. He was looking at my notes because I had sent the notes to him and Elon at the White House. So I did my best, people. I'm a peace-loving person. Mm-hmm. But what I had done is I had gotten it down to how many people actually do. In order to get this thing started, how many people do we have to kick out that are them and their families that are theoretically associated with this terror organization? And we had gotten it down to 325,000 people need to go. So that's what those numbers were, the numbers that we came up with, whether or not we can get 325,000 people to go. So it became this situation of them being embedded where, well, we don't want to go. We don't want to go. We don't want to go. And it's like, what do we have? We will pay you money to get on the plane and get the hell out of here.
Arab states don't want the Palestinians.
That's right. Unfortunately, that's true.
They're trouble. So who else would take her?
Algeria.
Well, that's
Qatar is kicking them out because Qatar saw the 350 billion trade route. I had all my data. I was ready to go. I was like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to debate. No, the genie's in the bottle. Excuse me, but I contributed a lot to this. I understand that I'm not in any of those meetings, but I think I did a pretty. They're like, go stay in the bottle, genie. And it's like I mean, they literally would not let the genie out of the bottle. I think Trump had a good laugh about it. It's like that, to have somebody this crazy be the actual person that created a lot of this stuff. But I was very, very thrilled at the fact that they were quoting my data. And Trump had said, we're going to build 5 or 6 of them. He's like, we might build 1, we may build 5 or 6. And that also had me be really excited because that's exactly what we were pushing for. So basically, they put the guy in office in order to build Oasis. Because when he was...
You're saying Algeria will gladly take him?
We're having problems, but... This is the 5 or 6 that he was talking about. There they are. So when we say 5 or 6, 5 on the Israeli perimeter, we have 5. So you can see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 6th is Rafah. We are starting that one first, trying to get people into a safe zone in Rafah. And of course, Hamas is killing anybody that tries to flee. We're trying to get that damn gate open, which ended up killing a lot of Palestinians because I pled my case with the president. I was please open the damn gate. We will pay. I was saying we will rent the space. We rent to own, right? We could not get him to. Now he's got a $50 billion deal with Trump for oil, the oil that's going to be off the coast of Gaza. He wants a piece of that, and in exchange, once we kick out Hamas, 325,000 families associated with Hamas, they can begin to finally build a life for these people. But if you don't want to keep the bloodshed going, you just say, you were a soldier. We understand you were a soldier. You thought you were doing what was right. We have seen the meltdowns. My family. I want to die. I thought I was doing. We understand that you were in a cult, that you thought you were doing what was right, that you are a soldier and you were. We understand that. So we're not coming after you. Israel's not going to come hunt you and your family down. You dug a tunnel. We get it. You thought you were doing, but you need to go. In 20 years, when this nightmare is over, and we have Oasis and we have the Abraham Accords in one functioning, hopefully you'll come back and visit. You'll visit the new Gaza, but for now, you got to get the fuck out. I mean, so that was basically how we presented it. And it has, I'll tell you, when Trump met with Qatar, and when they started talking about that 350 billion trade route, and when I saw Italy show up, when I saw the head of Italy showing up saying, can I have a piece of the pie? When I started showing all the peace thing, I was like, oh my God, I am good. I am good. I am good. Jeannie got what she wanted, right? So I'm happy. I'm happy. But I think that my theory is that Bezos, Elon, RFK Jr., all had one thing in common. They all wanted to, the head of Facebook, what's his name? Zuckerberg. What do they all have in common?
Billionaires.
And what else do they all have in common?
Well,
they want to kill Hamas. They've all openly said, we got to kill him. We're going to take him out. You look at Zuckerberg, take him out, kill him. Bezos, kill him.
The Arab states.
Elon,
really
kill him yesterday.
The Arab states right now are totally pissed at the Iranian regime.
Haven't they always
for all
been
these
though?
attacks? Well, I mean, really bad now. I mean, it's really bad. I mean, I think it'd be wise for them to have some kind of coalition with American forces to invade Iran and take out this regime. Otherwise, nothing's going to get done.
Why don't Democrats understand that? Why are they mad at me? Why have I lost 100 subscribers over this? How can we explain to people that this is democracy? This is how democracies are built.
The Iranian regime is a death cult. And I'm a Democrat too.
Me too. Proud Democrat.
Me too.
FDR. I loved FDR. I loved Truman.
My favorite president.
John F. Kennedy. I remember John F. Kennedy when I was about 9 years old. He was elected, and we were all so excited about it, with the young family and all that. And then all of a sudden, that assassinated started the whole chain of events up to now.
Yes,
with all this chaos and everything.
3,000 Marines headed to the street.
Yeah, boots on the ground. Here.
You got to have boots on the ground.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're going to stay in power.
Yeah.
You just can't bomb them. You got to go in and take them out and get the new government of Iran up and running. Otherwise, nothing's going to get done.
Yeah. Will the U.S. with free Iranian forces be successful in removing the regime?
How do you feel, Joel?
That's the only solution right now.
Let's throw some cards. If you can like, share, and subscribe, we'd be eternally grateful. How can my readers understand that I'm a liberal and not a Trumpy, but I understand the need of this military action? How do I convey that to the audience? I don't know, Joel.
I just don't understand why.
I don't understand it either, Whimsy.
Ever since I thought Reagan was gonna. When Reagan got in, we all thought that he was going to actually go in and take out the Iranian regime. We all thought that.
Did you just
when I was in the Air Force during that time?
Did you say Reagan?
When Reagan got in.
You know why I remember that so well? I was of draft age at that time. I was one of the people in college who had to register for the draft. They brought it back, and I was scared out of my mind.
That was also the time when the Soviet Union was at its peak. Go ahead.
The Iranian government will fall. They're looking at $350 billion a year. There's no damn way in hell when you look at those numbers when you crunch those numbers from the Oasis and Abraham, of course, they're not going to say no to that. They will mow them down to get that damn road. When I saw those numbers, I'm like, oh, it's over. It's over, babe. When I fell on those numbers, I was like, oh my, Mr. Elon Musk, why didn't you tell me I was building a $350 billion treasury? They will take the weapons of war away from their enemies. 5 of Swords is what I got.
Oh, I'm still getting here. I got one thing here that's really bothering to me. I got physical body death. I think a lot of lives are going to be lost in this.
Hopefully not Americans.
Well, I hope not too. I'm still trying to figure out my cards here, but those two jumped out at me. I was like, oh my God. And then obviously competition, the tug of war is going on. But as far as the outcome, this did come up. I'm almost reluctant to bring it up, but I hope I'm right on this. Hope I'm right. We're going to be victorious. But I really was bothered by this, by death, physical bodies, competition. I'm getting it's going to be very messy for a while.
We have to cut off the supplier. We have to cut off the supplier, and then you starve out Hezbollah, you starve out Houthi, you starve out the Taliban. They will have to get along with the West. Why doesn't anyone come to visit Kabul? Because you're putting women in burqas. I got hard cash to spend. I got 2 doctoral degrees. I'm willing to come to Kabul and eat chicken and rice. Are you going to treat me like a freaking human being or not?
The Taliban's going to be taken out too. Eventually.
Oh yeah, because they don't have any money. They have no ally. Their allies. They're not going to be able to get a deal with Putin, and they're not going to be able to get a deal to continue to be armed by Iran. They will be starved out. And Pakistan wants to be part of the Abraham Accords. It is over. The money, it's too much money. How could you say no when you get to bring in an extra couple $2 billion into your GDP? Or you're going to deal with these assholes that want to continue to fight and create terror and harass the neighborhood by screaming Sharia. Yeah. So I just couldn't find another way. Last question, and then we're going to go ahead and do our Book of the Month Club. But I think we'll stay after the Book of the Month Club because I'd like to get Chris's opinion also about a lot of this stuff, as she is a remote viewer. But Joel, can we just do one more question here on the TSA stand-out? Do you have any questions about that? And then I'm going to have Chuck also do some reading.
They're talking today. The Democrats and Republicans are actually talking right now.
Yeah. Joel, if I may interject, I saw that on Friday, Congress is going on vacation for 2 weeks.
That is correct.
Yes, I wonder
they're going to try to hammer this out before the weekend.
I hope so. I'm sorry to interrupt you there, but
no, you're not interrupting me.
Oh my God, this is so much fun, Joel. You have to come every week. I don't know if we can get him every week, but this is awesome.
You can.
Oh, yeah, you're amazing. You're amazing. I have so many questions for you. All right, let's look at the TSA.
Okay. Oh, what are we asking specifically, Whimsy?
When's this nightmare going to end?
Whimsy? Okay.
Look at this. 7 of Cups, complete freaking confusion. They don't know what the frick they're doing, Joel. They don't know what they're doing.
They're trying. What it is right now is that
30 days.
Trump wants
30 days.
Save. What do you call that? Save Act, which is nothing but BS. Because people are always being checked for absentee and when they go to the polling booths for their ID already.
I know.
So what's the big deal?
Like, what do they think is going on? Are they just trying to block the homeless people that don't have ID?
They're trying to get all these old people so scared to death.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I mean, why are they trying to scare the hell out of all these old people on Fox News and stuff like that?
Probably see them as expendable.
And they're all just saying, "Oh, we're all going to hell and stuff." But the thing is, it's BS. The Save Act is nothing but a BS idea by Trump. That's all it is, because they're already checking everybody's ideas anyway.
Of course. I mean, it's so absurd expecting married women to have to go and dig up their birth certificates. Women have been married for like 30, 40, 50 years. They've got to find a birth certificate proving their identity.
It's almost like the GOP's like the Taliban.
Well, we have face recognition. We don't even use passports anymore at the airport.
Yeah.
You know that you just walk in and they go, welcome home, Dr. Anderson. I mean, like, it's really that. I'm like, you don't want to see this thing?
How many states are on that, what do you call it, that ID check thing for the driver's license?
Every time.
Oh,
yeah.
Every state is mandated to have that now.
Yeah, exactly.
All they have to do is show that ID.
You can't get on a plane
American
without
citizen.
Yeah.
Chuck, did you have one card on the TSA?
Well, okay. I'll combine three together here. The situation, deprivation, despair, suffering. That's a given. But I got through leadership. There is going to be a compromise. I was really happy to see this card come out. I wish it was a better thing, but it gives me hope that an agreement is going to be hammered out. As you said, Joel, hopefully by the end of this week before they leave for 2 weeks on vacation. Oh my God.
Having ICE at
30
the
days has
airport
me nervous.
is insanity. Having ICE at the airport is pure insanity.
Of course it is.
Oh my goodness.
And they're not even qualified to be
They're
there.
not qualified at all. No training.
Not qualified at all, and they're the ones being paid, you know. And
well, thank you, Joel. We're going to keep Joel. Stay where you're at. We're going to continue to have conversation with you. Can you stay on camera? Can you stay with us? Okay, great. I want to continue on to the next part of the show. I am extremely
shifting gears here.
This is a great show, Joel. You just got pumping me up here. I'm really excited about our next guest. I am a huge fan of our next guest. We are reading for our Book of the Month Club, The Kingsman's Gold, written by C.E. Florise, Chris Florise. It is about remote viewers. It's also historical and it's cultural, and you're going to feel like you're eating the enchiladas, and you're going to smell the dust. You're going to feel like you're a gringo and you're there with the crazy people. Then you're going to go back in time and you're going to see the shootouts and you're going to eat the tamales and you're going to fall in love with the señorita. It's all happening. It's the brilliant creation of this world. It is a world. It is a world. Joel, we're going to go ahead and put you in the green room for about 10 minutes. And if you want to communicate with us, you can communicate through your communication. Let's go ahead and give a warm welcome to the amazing Chris Florise.
Hi, Chris.
How you doing?
Good. Hi, I was very excited to meet you just a few minutes before the show. I have to confess, because of your initials, Whimsy, and I did not know your gender. And I was actually, you're such a good writer. I was actually visualizing you like A.L. Stoneman. I was feeling this very burly man, this detective.
Yes.
Well, your book is fabulous. And, this was challenging for me to come up with questions, because with a mystery this well done, you do not want to give spoilers. So I had to be very, very careful here. But I thought, for viewers who are just discovering your work, can you give us a quick spoiler-free overview of your story? I thought I'd let you do it.
Well, A.L. Stoneman is the character that I used in this book as an investigator. And pretty much he uses the help of ghosts and other spirits to help him find answers to some of the things he is looking for. In this book, of course, he's searching for treasure. So he's hired by a group that says, just locate the treasure and get that information to us, and we'll go from there. However, as he's going through that, it wasn't so easy as he thought it would initially be. Instead, he went through a lot of obstacles, and he himself had to learn a few things along the way. What the treasure was for, who had it, how it actually became and a treasure, and that kind of thing. So along the way, he meets a lot of interesting people. And one of the main people that he met, who he really relied on a lot, was Tom Fields. And Tom Fields was at one point a sheriff in that town. And Tom actually, when he first meets him, says to himself, "Oh, here's another guy who want to write a book about me. I'm this big, this sheriff." And he tells them, "I'm not here for that." Well, the character says, "What? Wait a minute." He takes offense to it, and he says, "I thought you were here for me." No, I'm here for the information that you have.
Right.
So it goes on
Yeah.
forward, through that.
But he has to kind of appease Tom, Tom, and
Yes.
Tom is a little long-winded, like when
Yes.
he's like, well, let me tell you, I was about to face my
Yeah.
death. And it's
Yes.
like, ow,
Yeah. Yes.
My number one question for you, what got me so excited is how did you do this? Like, did you have to do a lot of studying? Like,
Well,
how were you able to bring these people are alive? This place, is this a real place? Is this a real story?
Yes. Actually, this story came about when I was doing some research. I'm a history buff, so I really enjoy history, and I'm also since like an amateur coin collector. And I was reading a story about a coin called the Cinco Peso, which is this coin right here.
I was going to ask you about that.
Is probably more responsible for the beginning of this book than anything else, because I found out through the research that this coin is used still today as the star for the DPS or Texas Rangers.
I love that.
Yes.
And how they could barter with it if they had to.
Yes. And at that time, I mean, this is 90% silver. And it's still, it was used for their survival. And at times they could trade it for food, shelter, or water, or a horse, or some way to just to survive it. They would come back and get them.
Right.
In any case, so this coin led me to I didn't even know about that kind of thing. So this coin led me through the paces of trying to understand it. And in doing so, it really revealed a lot more history and culture down in the Rio Grande Valley of Texas that I really knew nothing about. And so in doing so, I met a lot of these characters. And a lot of these characters, were really willing to tell their story.
Yeah.
And so I was really lucky. Yes.
I was going to ask you if the characters were based on real people.
Some of them are living and some of them are no longer living. But yes, they all existed at one point in time.
I felt the inspiration, just like I was going to ask if the locations in the book are based on real locations.
Yes, they are. In fact, Cortinas was a politician for the state of Texas, and he actually fought that war, and he was known as the Robin Hood of the Rio Grande Valley. He was a wealthy cattleman.
I love that. I love that part of the book.
He had no need to really intervene in any kind of situation until he saw the injustices done to his people, and he said, no. He was a very wealthy cattleman and owner, and a senator in the state of Texas at one point. And he began trying to put laws into the state that protected these people, but they weren't working. So he had to find another way to do that, and that's where he was part of the Kingsman's gold. It's like you say, there was caches of money stored everywhere, because every now and then when he needed it, he had to go use that money, dig it up, and then go again. So it was a pretty fascinating tale to hear and to experience, but also to research. Yes. But it began with this coin. It's pretty interesting.
I could feel your love of the research, because I love research.
Yes.
Whimsy, you love research.
Yes.
And we're all history buffs.
Yes.
That came through. It just shined.
Thank you.
Well, Whimsy, you probably have the next question. I don't want to interrupt you.
God, I've got
I know we have
literally 1,000 questions for Chris.
Look at this. I've got pages of notes here.
Wow.
So you actually physically went to these places when you did your research? Did you actually go and do a road trip and actually physically go there? Because it's so real to me when I read it.
Yeah.
Well, my father was in the military, and I'm a military brat. And when he retired, we went down to a little town called Pharr, Texas, where my grandparents lived. And Pharr is the neighboring town to San Juan, Texas, which is where the San Juan Hotel is located. So I stayed there for a few years, after he retired. And I went to a lot of these places that they're describing. Yeah. So yes, I had already known these places. I had already known about them. I had no clue about the history, such as the Underground Railroad that ran through San Juan, Texas. Really? I had no idea of some of these characters until I actually began to research them, and then eventually meet up with them and understand, so this was going on, that around me, and yet not even knowing it existed was really interesting.
God.
I was very young at the time. So I'd say that was about 40, 50 years ago.
Do you think there's missing gold that we could go find there? Are there people still? Oh my God!
Yes,
Whimsy, that's our trip.
There you go.
Yes, definitely. In fact, I read
a medal.
Who needs the south of France? Who needs Monte Carlo?
Let's go look for gold.
That's funny. In fact, I read a story the other day about a group that found it was a clay pot, and it had 402 gold pieces in it. And they had just been digging up a field out there doing something, and all of a sudden they hit this clay pot. They look into it, and there's these gold pieces. So yes, there is a lot of jewels and gold and silver and family heirlooms still out there buried somewhere.
Oh my God, we have to go.
Yeah, all around the place.
Looking yourself, Chris?
I'm sorry.
Have you been looking for it yourself?
No.
No?
I'm okay. I've got a treasure in my life right now, so that's great. So this
That's
is
a
good.
great way
Thank
of
you.
putting it. I'm
Yes.
sure there's lots here in California, Whimsy.
Yes, definitely so.
Oh.
Okay, so my next series of did you have a question, or can I ask some more?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so this is the big question I had.
Okay.
Are you a remote viewer? How did you know about heart-centered remote? Because I feel like this is heart-centered remote viewing.
Yes.
He's doing, like, he's going into
We
his
got a
heart,
soulmate here.
and he's merging with that person, and I love you. Tell me your story. I'm like, this guy's doing heart-centered remote viewing. This is straight out of Tibetan Buddha. What is the Tibetan? Vajrayana. Vajrayana is the source of the secular teaching of HCRB.
Yes.
This is like a Vajrayana practitioner.
Yeah.
This guy should be working for the Dalai Lama, man.
Yeah, but through my experiences, I've had two kinds of that kind of viewing. I had the kind where I was actually living or watching the lives of somebody else who just decided to express it to me in the way of a dream, or if I sat down and meditated, then they would show me what was going on around me. And the other way of remote viewing for myself is I have a launching pad. I actually set myself in a position where I can actually say, okay, today I just want to go travel. And my launching pad is I take off and I go over, I feel myself flying over a field of flowers and rivers and streams and mountains, and then I decide where I want to go. So they're both in a sense remote viewing.
Scanning the grid. That technique is called scanning the grid.
Okay.
And a lot of the time what I like to do is I like to go to my center and just feel how I emotionally feel as I flow over certain areas.
Yeah.
When I got to like a certain area of France a couple of years ago, it was like tension. I'm like, whoa, what is that? And then a riot broke out. That was like, oh, that's what that was. They were rioting about. They're always picketing in France.
Yeah, your experiences will teach you a lot more about what is happening instead of relying on someone else's words about how they pursue it or how they feel about it. Another thing that happened to me was, of course, speaking with ghosts. To me, it was a natural
I was going to ask
thing.
you about that next.
Yes, it's a very natural thing.
Because I speak with. I channel.
Yes, and sometimes they'll just present themselves, and it's like, keep going. I don't want to sit here and talk to you, And for a long time, I avoided them, and then as time went on, I thought, well, what do you want? Let me just listen to you and see what you have to say. And a lot of them, they just want to be heard.
Were you like me in the beginning, where you worried it was just your overactive imagination, and then you slowly started to just accept, hey, this is real. They're really coming to me.
I've had this ability for, maybe over 60 years now. So
well, I think I had it since childhood myself.
Right. But to me, it was normal. It was natural to me to have this. It was like everybody has this. And it's like, no.
I think it was too.
Yeah. And as you get older,
I was considered a weird kid.
Yes, you start losing friends, and you're like, hey, Grandma saw you the other night, and they're telling you about.
They come to They come over here to the.
Yes,
and there your friends are.
Yeah, and they were like, I don't want to know you. You're weird, and it's like, okay, so you learn not to say certain things, and you learn to be very, very careful about who you say things to,
and respectful.
Right, and but nowadays, in this time of our lives, it's more accepted. Where in the past it was almost shunned. Yeah. It was very culturally shunned.
Yeah.
So so I have found it much simpler now to just go ahead and pursue what I like doing and enjoy it.
What I find interesting for me is how distinct the personalities are of each one that comes through. And to me, that is proof alone that these are beings coming in.
Yes. One of the things that I recognized, was that
we're all excited here.
Yeah.
Was you can't logic your way into a conversation. It's all heart. If your heart is not available and open, you're not going to see or hear anybody. And if you're looking for something, you can't request it logically.
No.
It's all heart. Because as you live in this life, you're living through your heart. Your experiences are heartfelt. So that's what you take when you're somewhere else, when you go on to another life or another dimension. It's your heart and your experiences that you take with you. The logic, It was
I
just
love
how
you,
you got
Chris.
through.
That's
Yes.
that's my whole
Thank you.
technique. Just
Thank you.
clearing the
Yes.
slate,
Yes.
opening my heart, and just
Yes.
letting it come through. It's
Yes.
as simple as it's as complex and it's as simple as that.
Yes.
Have you ever worked as a professional remote viewer, HCRV practitioner, or psychic?
No, not professionally. Friends, family, some other people come around, who are acquaintances, and they'll ask for some help. They'll see something happening in their lives, and they say, I don't know what's going on here. Can you help me figure this out? And
Yeah.
when you have this kind of ability, you're constantly tested. New people
Yes.
come up to you, and it's like, okay, really? Tell me something that only I know. And then when you do that, it's like it's an amazing epiphany for them, because they're like, whoa,
Yeah.
who did you talk to? I'm talking to your mama. I'm talking
Yeah.
to your dad. I'm talking to your brother. And they're like, whoa, that's wild. And I'm like, no, it's natural.
It is
For
natural.
me,
You know what,
heart.
Chris, you know what
Yes.
got me into it professionally? This great lady right here,
Yes,
Whimsy.
yes, I agree
She's
with
the
you.
one who got me into this,
Yes.
because I was
Yep.
keeping it very private because
Yes.
it scared me to go public with this.
Yes.
Whimsy knew I did this because we used to work together and
Yes.
talk about it all the time. But this great lady got me on here doing this publicly now. And you have to follow
Yes.
your heart, but it's a very exciting avenue in my life right
Yes,
now.
she's
And
one
I'm
of the
loving
people
it.
who open those doors, like
Yes.
you, like yourself.
Whimsy did this for me.
Like, yes.
Yes.
Oh, you're very sweet.
Well,
Now,
it's the truth. Yeah.
but I am curious, Chris, because
Yes.
you said that during a remote viewing session, you had found me in the Akashic Records.
Yes. It was about oh my gosh, I'd say it's about 2.5 or so years ago. It was
when I was building Oasis.
You were actually standing at a table among a few people, and I would kind of call them clerks, but I'm
Oh.
not sure to call them clerks, because you were tall. And the rest I was kind of passing through. I said, who's this
Wow.
tall lady standing over all these scrolls? And it's funny. I'll tell you what was
I'm
funny.
5'9".
What caught
Yeah.
my attention, well, oh, you're taller than that there. So,
Wow.
so I saw you get the scrolls, and you were like tossing them around. You're like, what's this? I've already
Wow.
seen this. What's this? Where's the
That's
stuff?
incredible.
And the clerks were like, this is it. This is all we can give you. And you were like, what do you mean this is all you can give me? And one of the elders came by to you and tapped your shoulder and said, your heart isn't completely open yet. It'll come to you when that happens. And you were not having it. You're like, I want to know now. I've got things going on now. And then I saw that and said, well, okay, see you down the road, because I don't know who you are. So I kept going. So about, I think I found you maybe about a year ago when I was, scanning through YouTube, and I said, oh, I know that lady. Yeah, I saw her. And then as I heard you speaking, I said, oh, that's what she was doing. That's what she was searching for. Answers to what is going to happen, and answers of things that were happening also at the same time. But they wanted you to open your heart. And I think from that point onward, you've had some very heartfelt experiences that are very painful. You can't open your heart without love or pain.
Yeah.
And pain will lead you to change, to allow you to do that.
Yes,
So
I
in any
agree.
case, so that's what I saw. Yes, and
Thank
there you
you.
were.
Thank you.
I'm blown away by this.
And then you'd go
myself,
like this. I saw this already. It's like, what's going on? I thought you were in charge. I go, whoa, this lady's in
So
charge.
funny. December of it was actually right after October 7th, 2023 was when I had the vision of what would become the rebuild of Gaza. It was a vision. I scanned the grid. We've got to fix this.
Yes.
This cannot happen again.
That sounds
and then
exactly
I
it.
saw zones on the border. Well, you've got to separate the people out from the terrorists. Yeah. And then what do I got to do? Well, you've got to secure the area so that there's separated and safe. Okay.
Yes.
And then what do we do? Well, then you've got to integrate them into the general population by aligning yourself with the Abraham Accords. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you've got to do geo mapping. You'll have 6 zones. Okay. There's 6 zones. Okay. Now, and then I was
organizing them.
Right. And I was screaming to the universe, listen to me, universe. I know I am right.
Yes.
I know I am right.
Yes.
Oh,
it has got to happen. And then within 48 hours, there's this plane flying, and it's Elon Musk is entering. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
That's how I've had
And he's
things
like,
happen for me.
I want to rebuild. Show me a rebuild. Well, it's funny you should mention this.
Wow.
We just got this rebuild. And it was like, oh my God,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
actually screamed to the universe, this has to happen.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
and
Yes,
I
yes.
became very pragmatic from that experience because
Yes,
all
yes.
these people were becoming tools
Yes.
to make this happen that were people I
Yeah.
didn't like.
Yes.
It's
well,
like
yeah.
like Trump coming in and taking out Iran, because we did the 5 phases. Like Iran had to be taken out, Putin had to
Yes.
be taken out. It was like, oh my God, and
Yeah.
they're actually doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, little genie, got to get back in the bottle.
Yeah.
I didn't know nothing about birthing babies. I am
Oh.
go. You don't
Yeah.
know me. I'm headed to the Rio Grande. Look for gold.
Yeah. You know,
It's like,
this
Yeah.
interview has
Yes.
gone in a different direction. I have all these
Yes.
questions about your book, but we're talking about
we
this
can go
right now.
back to the book.
We can
and
do
Oh,
this
we
again.
can. But
Yeah.
you know something, I hope you don't mind me asking this, Whimsy, but something very bizarre happened to both of us. We both lost your
Yes.
book several times, and there was one show. This has never happened in the history of us working together, Whimsy. She and I both misplaced the book at the same
Yes.
time. We were live on the air, like, where the hell's my book? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? And then you couldn't find your copy. I wanted to ask you about that because
Yes.
we're talking about psychic phenomenon right now.
Yes.
What do you take from that?
I think it was intentional. Honestly, I think
Intentional?
that it was intentional because, everything has its timing. Things must
Yeah.
fall in a certain time, because if it's too soon, then it's not accepted. If it's too late, it's old news.
Yeah.
But I think what happened with this book is all the characters and all the people in this book had to be in alignment and in agreement, to say, okay, we're ready. Go ahead and release. So I think that what happened was they were among themselves saying, wait a minute, and they put those aside.
Really?
And then you were like,
Really?
where's my book? And it was like, I will
'Cause
say
this
that
felt deliberate. It's never
Yes.
happened to us.
yes, this book is alive because the characters have been
I
and are still.
Agree. I
And when you-
feel that way
yeah.
about movies, books.
no, this
It's like
book
they
is
have their own
different. These
soul.
people are alive,
Yeah,
and they're
yeah.
trapped in another dimension and time
Yes.
forever.
Yes,
You know,
and
it's
that-
like when I channel spirits.
Yes.
When I have messages for the show,
yes,
I always ask
yes,
permission, and I make it very clear this is a public statement you're
Yes.
making, because
yes, yes.
I don't want to encounter that resistance, because sometimes I do
Yes.
feel it. I got it from Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Remember Whimsy, where she said, "I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you. I'll pencil you in." She was like busy and not ready to talk right away. So it's interesting you're saying that about these characters in your book.
Yes.
It's so alive.
Yes.
Because I do agree with you. Souls, movies,
Yes.
TV shows often have a soul.
It's
Yes.
like that
Yeah.
film where with Emma Thompson and the
Oh, I got to think on that. Emma Thompson and
where the character has to die, and he doesn't want to die because he's alive. Can't you see that you've written a character that is real and I am alive, and you're planning on killing me, and I don't want to die because when you do that,
Kathy Bates, Misery. Is that what you're thinking of?
no, not
No.
Kathy Bates. It was Emma Thompson. She was an author, and she was writing a character, and the actor from SNL, Saturday Night Live, he played the lead, and he comes to realize that he is a character in a book, and he starts to hear a voice in his head. He began to walk across the street. What is that voice I'm hearing? That he hesitated.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Yeah. Will Ferrell.
Oh,
okay. What was the title of that movie? I'm remembering it now.
I don't
God, I
remember.
can't think of it.
But
Yeah.
but then he convinces her. She tries everything not to kill him, and then she's like, "I'm sorry, but your character just has to die." And he's like, "I have to die." And he walks across the street and he looks, and there's a bus, and a bus hits him, and he's landing there,
Yeah.
and suddenly his eyes flickered. He was alive. It was a minor injury, it was something like that. It's like,
Oh,
I
wow.
couldn't kill you all, right?
Wow.
So, but it's this idea that we
Like,
create
yes.
souls, and a lot of the times
Yes.
the soul. This is something that talks about also in Tibetan Buddhism, that these souls don't even know that they are the creations of of people, great writers like Chris Florise. And before we end this, Chris, I would absolutely be honored if you could take 5 minutes to just read
Please.
some portion of this amazing book.
Yes.
You will feel like you are in the Rio eating
you.
the tortilla.
Well, You saw Whimsy read a portion of the book
Yes.
last
Yeah.
week. So
Yeah.
now it's going to be fun to hear the author
Okay.
read
Thank
from
you.
her own
Yeah,
words.
and if you could let the audience know who has a copy of the book, which page we're on so we can follow along with you.
Okay. I'm going to read chapter 3, which is page 23.
Okay.
Oh, is that the
Called the
part?
gift.
Oh, yes. Okay, awesome.
Called the gift. You ready?
Yes.
All right. The gift. I think your family is calling you, said Kit. Yeah, I know. I can hear them, I replied. Don't you want to go home, he asked. Not yet. I'm having fun playing marbles with you, I said. Why don't they call you by your name? Why do they call you A.L.? Kit continued. It's a stupid name they use for me now, I explained. Why that name? Is it a family name or something? Kit inquired. No, it's short for another name, I said, like a nickname or something like that. What's A.L. mean? It means always lost, I responded. Always lost, he repeated. Yeah, when they can't find me, they think I'm lost. Happens sometimes that I don't want them to find me. So they call me A.L. just to be mean, I explained. Well, that's not right, Kit said. I got up and collected my marbles. Yep, it's just the way it is at my house. I better get going or it'll be worse when I get home. I'll try to come back tomorrow to play some more, I reassured him. Okay, I'll be waiting, Kit said. As I walked away from Kit, my mom came around the corner and said, Didn't you hear us calling you? Who are you talking to? Not talking to no one, I replied. Come on then, pick up your stuff, let's go, she said as she looked around. You're playing marbles by yourself out here? I'm practicing, I replied. All right then, just try to do it closer to the house next time, so it's easier to find you when we need you, she scolded. I nodded my head and followed closely behind her. I dare not look back at my friend while she was around. She would suspect something else was going on, and I wanted to come back here. She was always looking around me. I knew she saw things that no one else saw, but she wasn't about to acknowledge it for fear of being put in the loony house, as she called it. That's where they'll put both of us, she said often, if too many people find out about us, so best to keep that to ourselves. It took me a long time to figure out when to shut up and not tell anyone when I saw ghosts and spirits. My mother and I thought different things about what we saw. She dismissed it because she was too busy raising a family to chase things that she couldn't define. The only use she saw in it was knowing about a neighbor's problem or finding out a couple of days ahead of someone dying. She told friends and family that she could see something in their eyes and knew that their time was near. But we both knew that she saw the angel of death lurking close, wanting to take that person. I could see that angel as well as she could. I had my first encounter with that angel when I was about 12 years old. It told me in a dream that my mom would die of cancer. I bolted out of bed thinking it was a dream. But when she died of cancer several years later, I knew that it wasn't. The angel talked to me too. Eventually, everyone started calling me A.L. in school, at church, and at home. The name just stuck. It still meant the same thing because most family and friends thought I was always lost somewhere when they couldn't find me. But I wasn't lost. I was talking with family and friends and other people who could not be seen. As I grew older, I realized that I spent most of my time with ghosts. Early one morning, I saw my grandmother, Paula, talking to my friends. Grandma, you can see my friends too? I asked. She looked at me, smiled, and says, I sure can, and they like having you around them. Oh, Grandma, I said, I'm so glad that you met them. Now you know that I'm not always lost. I always know where I am and who I'm with. She nodded her head in agreement, and then she said she was going to help fix things so that it would be easier for everyone to understand that I wasn't always lost. It made me happy to think things would be much better, but Grandma didn't live much longer, and soon I was alone again. Before she passed, she helped me understand this gift, that sometimes I considered a curse. As my understanding grew, Grandma Paula continued to share her knowledge of the other side with me. On the day of her passing, she came to my house. She came to my room and left a compass on the nightstand for me. Then she walked back into her room, lay down, and died. I saw her spirit rise from her body. It was like effervescent bubbles surrounding her. She floated up into the air about 3 feet above the ground, looked at me, and said goodbye. It took me a long time to gather the experience and knowledge that I have now about ghosts I work with. I have seen many ghosts in all shapes and sizes. Over time, I learned how to block them out when necessary. I choose when to converse with them because I don't like surprise guests at any time of the day or night. I especially don't like bathroom visits. I draw the line in my privacy.
Yeah, boundaries.
Yes. Yeah. So
Funny.
That is an excerpt from
That's
the Kingsman
beautiful.
Gold, written by C.E. Florise. Amazing writer. You will feel as if you know these people. If people want to buy the book, where can they purchase it?
It's going through Amazon.com. Amazon's got it. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so
Why
much.
aren't you more famous, Chris?
I don't know. This is my first round, for writing. This is actually a second. This was actually to be the second book. The first book I was working on was called The Graveside Gardener, and it was to introduce another character. However, Tom stepped forward and he said, "Me first." And so that's how this one actually became.
They took on their own
so
life.
good.
Yeah.
Man, I want you to come back again with another book.
Can I ask
Thank
one
you.
last question? I don't want
Yes.
to interrupt you, Whimsy, but you write in such a cinematic style. You
Yes.
just feel everything, you visualize it. So I have to ask you, if this book were adapted into a film or a
Yes.
series,
Yes.
what would you hope would stay exactly
Netflix.
the same? And I also want to ask you, who would you cast as A.L.
It should be a
Stoneman?
film.
Wow.
It should be.
Yeah,
it should be a
it should
mini
be.
series on Netflix.
Wow.
Or maybe
that
you'd
would be
like
a
to
really
keep
cool
that
thing.
private. I don't know.
Well, the reason, another part of this book that I felt was going to be a good read was it's a teaching tool.
Yes.
Because if you have this ability, you begin to recognize that it's okay, and you begin to see that maybe because of the times now, using it for helping others is probably a good thing.
I
Plus,
think
also,
agreed.
a lot of people are frightened of ghosts.
I am.
Spirits.
I
And
had
it's
them
like,
as children, and it was traumatic, and nobody believed me, and that made it more horrifying.
Yeah.
It was so horrifying. I'd hear them singing in my room, la da dee, la da da, and then I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
where's that sound coming from? La
Yes.
la la
Yeah.
la la.
Yeah.
It was an old man singing la 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 la.
Yes.
And it was a stormy day in Portland, Oregon, and we were in this old Victorian house. And I'm in my room by myself, this old Victorian, which had something like 9 rooms. It used to be an old folks home, and one person had died in at least every room because a family, they kept seniors there as a living place.
Oh, yes.
So I went into the bathroom. Like, where's this coming from? And then I start hearing it in the bathroom.
Yes.
La 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 la. And then I'm like,
Ooh.
I go running down the stairs. There's a ghost in my room. There's no ghost in you. And then it got worse and worse and worse. The doors started opening and closing. La da dee, la da da. Up and down the halls. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. A lot of people are frightened of
And
ghosts.
then we had terrible heating. So my sister, I'm like, can you come stay in my room? I thought, great, I've got protection. We'll share blankets. We'll stay warm since we don't have heating. It's a cold winter. Okay. Not knowing that I was using her to protect me from the ghost. So I'm like, oh, thank God I've got protection. I can finally get a night's sleep. So I go. So, and she thought I was just crazy. Everybody thought I was crazy. I'm like, oh, thank God. I'm going to go to sleep, and I'm not, because I got protection, and it's not real. It's all in my mind. I'll just go to sleep. So I go to sleep, and sometime around 1, 2 in the morning, Whimsy, wake up. And I'm sleeping. Whimsy, wake up. Wake up. I'm like, what? There's a ghost in the room.
Yeah.
You said you didn't believe in ghosts. There's a ghost.
Yeah.
Look at the door. Look at the door. And the door was like, shh. La da dee, la da da, la da da, bang, bang. Try to get in. I'm like, I look at her and go, yeah, that's the ghost. And then I rolled over and went to sleep.
Yeah.
And she was stuck all night. Go to the door. Open the door. Like, honey, you didn't believe me. I'm going to sleep. And she just sat there all night, horrified, watching while this thing tried to get in. And the next day, I'm like, are you going to sleep in my room? Like, hell no, you can freeze to death. I don't care if it's minus 20. I'm never going to that room again. I tell my elder sister, you've got to tell people about the ghost. She's like, they'll think I'm crazy. I ain't telling people anything. Just stay away from me. And that's the point at which I realized I had a problem.
Yes. No.
Oh,
my belief is that there are mutations, and as humans, we're constantly changing and are adapting to our new environments. But I think these mutations are actually older, and I think that some people carry those mutations. They can hear, or they can see, or they can sense that those mutations that not everybody has. And so I think that's what allows us. It's like having an additional ability in your ability to see or to hear. But I think that what I wanted this to do is be a teaching tool, a little bit of history and acceptance of things that are out there that we cannot see, and how really not to fear them, but also to kind of teach you, as you'll go through other books where there's experiences that tell you this is nothing to be feared. And then there'll be experiences that you say, I'm going to back off of this one. But that is our ability to sense others, because you can sense them too. So hopefully that's what this would be for.
I always try to tell people this is ability we all have.
Yes.
It's nothing exclusive. It's just some of us may have it a little more developed, a little more attuned, but we all have the ability. And I love what you're saying about let's normalize this. Let's not have people freaked out. It may be why, like I've said, I was a very bullied child. I was very misunderstood, just stood out. I was different because I would see things like this. And to me, it was normal as a child.
They do. There's a reason why I was the target. It had attached itself to me because I was giving it attention. Like, I can hear you.
Yeah.
You can hear me.
Yes.
I can hear you. And that it got louder and louder. Yes. It started moving furniture. It started causing things to levitate. I started seeing levitations happening in the room. So I gave it a voice, or I gave, you
gave it an audience.
Or they're drawn to your light.
I don't know what the hell, but
no, they are drawn to your light. It's like moths to a flame. That's why we have to do our protective prayers, our rituals, our spiritual cleansing after we do a reading or anything like this. We have to be careful. Because I saw someone here ask, "Are there good ghosts, evil ghosts?" And yes,
the whole gamut.
It's the whole gamut.
They have not passed on for a reason. I think that's another one. They're close to this earth for a reason. Now, there are some ghosts that will come and visit you because they love you. And this is something that's a huge part of Shintoism. Create a shrine. And every time you pray, you are creating an energetic cord between you and the deceased. And then they can travel back to this world and connect with you. And it can be a beautiful, positive experience. And they may say to you in the dream state, I can't come here very often, but I just came to let you know I'm okay. That's not a negative experience. And then you have, a lot of the time you'll see them in subways. Homeless people that died in the subways. Ghost, the movie Ghost, where he saw the homeless person in the subway kicking the can. That was based on real feedback from people.
I know.
But there are a lot of dead people in the subways in New York, or what was called the rat people or the mole people that were homeless and lived underground, died. We often find their bones years later.
Well, if I may say this, just downtown Hollywood, there's so many distressed souls. You just feel them swirling around the city, swirling around. So many people who came out here with dreams had their hearts broken, ended up becoming alcoholics, drug addicts, committing suicide. It's like I always feel the entities when I'm in Hollywood. Did you, Whimsy? I bet you did too.
Yeah, and I was watching True Stories on Hollywood, and there was this one guy who everything was going his way. He came out to Hollywood. He got his script for Blossom or something picked up, and it was like, the world is my freaking oyster, man. I got money, I made it. And he looked across the way, and there was just somebody that was always sitting there or standing and looking over the rail. And he thought, well, that's
Yeah.
strange. That's strange that I always see this person out there. And then he would just go, I'm in Hollywood. I'm having a blast. I'm hanging out with my friends. I'm running down Sunset Boulevard and I'm making my fame. And then one day I go back to my place and I notice he's not there anymore. And people say, you know, that guy that lived across the street, he was an actor. He was struggling. He jumped and killed himself.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it was this horrifying thing, like, because it was like 12 stories down or something. It's like, and it completely changed his mood. Like, it was great for me because I had this hit show that I was writing for and all my dreams were coming true, but it didn't happen for this other person. He goes to sleep that night and he starts to hear on the wall like that. And he's like, well, that's weird as hell. And he goes out to his living room and a picture is knocking that's on the wall.
Yeah.
And like, how the hell is that happening? Yeah. He goes back to sleep and he tries to ignore it and it gets louder and louder. You pay attention to me. I'm dead. And the guy had connected to the last person that he had seen that day, which was the guy across the way. Like, hey, dude, what are you doing, man? Like, I'm on my way to the studios or whatnot. I'm always checking. He came across to the guy's house and said, I need some fucking attention. And finally, he went to the ghost and he went into the room and he said, I saw you. I see you. I'm sorry you didn't make it. I will pray for you. I will never forget you. I will never, ever forget you. I will tell your story. I will tell your story and I will never forget you. And after that, that soul was able to move on.
Yeah.
that's what
So
he
not
needed.
not a evil person, but somebody trapped by
circumstance,
their pain.
Their pain.
Sure.
Pain.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a lot out there, you know, and if you can see it and feel it, if you're open, you know, to that, it can cause you some issues in your own personal life because you're feeling these states of pain and injury and in some cases elation. So you have to be very on guard with your own emotions, and you have to know when to open the heart and when to stop opening the heart.
Yes.
And those are things that are learned. So in subsequent books, you'll see some of these teachings, and I hope to continue that because I think as people know more, it'll be easier for them to deal with the same situations that you did, Whimsy, you know?
Yeah, I thought we would continue the conversation a little bit longer. There's a couple questions that we didn't get to, and I thought it would be nice if Joel could come back. I have my feelings about what's going to happen if we can't lure Hamas out and disarm them. Right now, we're trying to disarm them. Qatar is no longer going to be funding them and has kicked because they want to be a part of the Abraham Accord. They want that $350 billion contract. Yes. So my feeling is we will get everybody who is willing to disarm and join the Abraham Accords. They will get to Oasis. This is why we're building these locations. They will. I disarm. I renounce terrorism. Come into the safe zones. This is how I see it happening.
Offer them a treat.
Right. If you renounce Hamas and come in here, we can get you safe. They come in and we will drop the bomb and we will kill them all. That's what's going to happen.
Give them a deal they can't refuse.
But the people that stay in Gaza and say, we will never surrender, we are Hamas, we will fight you to the end, they're going to be liquidated. I mean, do you have a different opinion about that, Joel? What are you thinking?
You got to give them a sweetener.
Yeah.
If we can't get them to Algeria or somewhere else, we certainly can't have them in Oasis. These people who raped and pillaged cannot be in Oasis.
Oh, the Hamas members have to go. Absolutely.
If they refuse to go, the question that Angelina had for you and for us is, if they don't go, where are we at? We've gotten everybody to safety, and the only people left.
You have to
Don't
weed
you
them
think we'll
out.
just drop a bomb? Don't you? Because they're 60 meters underground.
There's just too many people. There's just too many people that are going to be liquidated if you do that. If you put a bomb down.
Well, that's what
Too
they're
many
going to do.
innocent people. If you go in like we did,
we get everybody to safety. Everybody goes to Oasis.
if they do that, then absolutely do the bomb.
Maybe.
If they get everybody out that wants.
Well, this is why they're building Oasis in Rafah, and that's why Hamas has been shooting people in the legs. People are trying to get food. Hamas has been shooting people in the legs that are getting food and everything else. They've been stealing the food so the people of Gaza starve. But what I'm saying is that once we get people to Oasis who have renounced Hamas is going to do everything in their power not to let people leave. They will shoot and kill us. They will kill people. They will accuse them of being collaborators. But if you can get to Oasis, anybody that stays in Gaza, refuses to surrender, if the reason why is because the 60 meters underground, these tunnels, and some of them have chemical weapons, they're going to use bunker busters. So anybody who stays, we can't build on Gaza right now.
No,
we can't. But there's too many weapons. It's too deep underground. All that stuff's got to be blown up, which means all the innocent people have to get out of there. And anybody who stays that refuses to surrender is toast.
Well, plus another thing is the water supply is going to probably be poisoned too, with all that junk that they put in underground too. All those chemicals and chemical weapons and stuff. How are you going to have any drinking water if you go ahead and blow up all those chemical weapons in a water supply in the aquifer? That's another problem that you're going to have once they start clearing that out. And it's going to take years to clear that out. I'm telling you, it's going to be a mess.
We'll do a couple more before we close today. Any feelings about this? People wanted to know about the Zorro Ranch. Any feelings about Sorrow Ranch? Are there dead bodies in Zorro Ranch, and will anybody find out about it?
Yes.
Seems like a lot of truth is
too many people are talking about it already.
Yeah, but it seems like we're in an era now. The truth is being exposed everywhere.
Yeah. And feelings about the midterms at this point. How many seats are you guys predicting for the midterms? Will the Democrats gain?
If it's an honest election, I think it's going to be a bloodbath for the Republicans.
I agree.
But I couldn't give you an exact number.
The senators, I think the senators are going to, it's probably going to be a little bit of an edge for the Democrats. But I think in the House, it's going to be about 20, 30 seats going to swing over to the Democrats.
32, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, what an amazing day this is. We've gone over 2 hours. We're going to go ahead and
I
close.
can do Thursday too.
Okay, I will send another invite, Joel. We would love to have you back as a regular. I think this works really great. And Chris, you're incredible.
Yeah.
I'm blown away by
you.
you.
A gift there. Chris.
Yeah, you're great. You're a great writer.
Thank you.
And of course, drum roll. We would like to do a drum roll. Everybody stay in your seats when I close out. I'd still like you to stay where you're at, and then I'll personally say goodbye to you after we go offline. So don't go anywhere, even though I say goodbye to them. We need a drum roll for the announcement for our April Book of the Month Club. Can I get a drum roll? All right. The winner of the April Book of the Month Club goes to Carolyn Montague. Carolyn Montague, congratulations. You have been selected for our April Book of the Month Club. She is the author of Door in the Sky. Door in the Sky. Okay, I'm gonna read this and you're gonna see why you get excited. By the way, her second book is The Scarlet Oak. I believe they're connected. But let me just read Carolyn's intro. Okay, you're gonna see why I'm into this. In the 13th century France, okay, that's it. You're hooked. Okay, in the 13th century France, half Basque witch Mariana must choose between two knights. Breton Knight, Richard knows of the old ways, the circle fires and the standing stones. Yet Richard is betrothed to another. Heartbroken, Mariana refuses all suitors, and it secretly follows her mother's magic, a path that got her mother burnt at the stakes. Henry, tortured soldiers of the Inquisition, is sent to destroy Mariana, yet he can't bring himself to carry out his orders. When a holy relic Rome seeks to seize at all cost, comes drawn from the ashes of the Cathar stronghold at Montague and falls into Mariana's hands. The battle of love and fear will begin. Holy hell.
Wow. Yeah.
Right. Very similar to you. Both magical and both historical, and of course you get to live in another time.
Yes.
I just this is my jam, man. I love these types of books.
I like that.
So Door in the Sky. If you are Carolina Montague, congratulations. You won for April. And of course, if you have a book that you've written and you'd like us to consider it as part of our Book of the Month Club, please send it to me, care of Dr. Whimsy Anderson, 1819 Southwest 5th Avenue, Suite 116, Portland, Oregon, 97201. And who knows, maybe your book will be selected as our Book of the Month Club. Okay, everybody, be kind to all so that all will be kind to you too. God bless. Peace out. We'll see you next time. Thank you, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you all.